Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Look who's here, Sarah's here, at least at the beginning. Thank you so much for coming on because, oh my gosh, have we got a couple of things to talk about. Anyway, hello everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let me pull up the old, oh, look at that. Okay, welcome. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just put your questions in the chat before I go on. And I just read on the collective energy. This isn't 100% accurate, but it's interesting the insights we can get. Plus the fact it's just a nice way to go through news, which can be really icky, but to do it with friends, you know. So 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. Sarah has been my best friend for more than a decade now.
Yeah. Wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Oh, thank you. And I just wanted to ask you, yes. Do I indeed give 10% of my Black and Orange income to Feeding America?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you have witnessed this?
Yes.
And over time?
Yes.
Since the channel started. Okay, so just want to throw this out there. If you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and I timestamp them as I go. So timestamps are in the description. We have drawings around here when there's like a milestone of like next time, if I ever get to 15,000 subscribers, there'll be more drawings, that kind of thing. And there's a monthly tarot social. We get together for 2 hours monthly on Patreon. So the next one's October 29th. So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna say I'm
my paper towels are annoying me, so I have to move them because I'm looking at it looks like I have toilet paper behind my head. I need to move that. So
no.
Well, I know that, you know that, they know that, but still, I'm looking at it on camera and I'm like, just looks off. So, and excuse all the mess I have back there. Anyway,
you are awesome. You are great. But anyway, all right. So, y'all, would you like to tell us what? Because Sarah contacted me this morning and was like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to look at this. You got to watch this." So, actually, shall I pull it up?
You shall. You definitely shall.
Okay, it's a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 15-second video.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lauren Boebert, Heaven Help Us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you ready for this?
Oh, let's do it.
Oh, thank you, Kay. Okay, ready? This is the video.
I have to let them know. This is what scripture says. But when I go overseas, I have to let them know. This is what scripture says. Because they don't live it. They don't walk it. This isn't something that they profess on a daily basis. But when I go overseas,
in context,
I have to let them know. This is what scripture says. Because they don't live it. They don't walk it. This isn't something that they profess on a daily basis. But when I go overseas.
Okay, so the tweet is,
I have to let them know. This is what
Lauren Boebert makes her pitch for Secretary of State. When I go overseas, I have to let them know. So I was wondering, like, does she do mission work?
Nope.
Apparently not. No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. So when she goes overseas to represent us, she's going to proceed to tell people how to talk the talk and walk the walk.
Of what? Of Christianity? This is the woman she had
saying.
This is a woman who gave her children automatic weapons to stand together in their Christmas card picture. When you are giving your children automatic weapons for a Christmas card picture, and you say you follow Christ, you have lost the plot. Lost the plot. Completely lost the plot.
He says she had focus teeth.
I don't remember. So okay, Sarah B. Smith, you have won the internet today because you have made Sarah has just lost it. But okay, so overseas.
Okay. Yeah. So when Bobblehead goes overseas and to represent us as a country, she's going to tell them, I don't know what she's going to tell them. She's going to try to tell them. This has tickled me. This hurts. Like, I laughed so hard, I think I cracked something earlier. She's going to try to tell them how to be a good Christian. Now, ironically, if she would remove some of the hypocrisy a little bit, she's the type of person that Christ would have hung around back in the day because she's throwed.
She's what?
She's a little throwed off. She's throwed, as we would say. She's not.
Oh, okay.
She's off. And I just mean like in a kind of way, not like, anyway.
Okay.
But from the sugar daddy stuff to the whatever, I mean, like, she's got sort of Magdalene-esque traits somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Callie J in the chat is saying, peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And all I could think was, this is so dumb.
Yes. So, like I said, ironically, had she wasn't being a hypocrite or whatever, whatnot, but she's removed herself from the people that he would have hung around to the people who made him flip tables. So,
So the question is, will Lauren Boebert become Secretary of State of the United States of America?
Please read. Please read. I need this in my life.
Oh my gosh! Every time.
I don't know if I
read it.
I don't know if I'd trust her to be an ambassador to a Whataburger, much less anything else. I don't know.
I just every time I read on her, it's just sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad. If she was not so awful and she was not in a position of power, I would feel sad. I would feel sorry for her, honestly. And I don't mean that in a catty way. I mean, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three of Swords. Well, it would be a little heartbreaking for the U.S.
Mel Broussard says perhaps she could be a Waffle House ambassador.
There we go. 6 of Pentacles. Pull out. It's October 1st, everybody. It's and black and orange. For anyone who's new, the reason it's called black and orange is those are the colors of Halloween. So, which was my favorite holiday growing up. So, yeah, there's stuff happening. This is kind of one of the biggest months of the year around here. I was going to just switch this a little just to see that so people could see the cards because they aren't as familiar with this deck. So that's 6 of Pentacles, my favorite card in the deck, especially this deck, where she's giving out
dolls.
She's giving out candy. It's hard to see. I don't know why it's not focusing. But anyway, this is the 2 of Cups partnership, 2 of Bats. Queen of wands. Bats are swords, by the way. And the sun. Oh boy. Okay. When I was fortunate enough, I was extremely fortunate enough that when I was a teenager, in my late teens, 16, 17, 18, I was fortunate enough to go overseas, and I actually went to a British school in Holland. Now, the thing about going to one of those kinds of foreign schools, right, and is I was going to school with ambassadors' kids. Things like that. And this was 1988, 1989. I think it went over in 87. Anyway, right around there, right? And Dutch houses have a small footprint, but they're very tall. So you have multiple floors, and they're also very, very tall people in general. So anyway, so like my bedroom was on the 3rd floor of where we lived. A lot of the people I went to school with, their bedrooms were on the 3rd floor. So it's a long way back down to the kitchen. So, I mean, I knew one guy, he had a microwave in his bedroom. And that may not seem too crazy right now, but in 1988.
Yeah, that was some next level stuff. Yeah.
When I got there, I had just moved. Okay, you have to understand, I moved a lot growing up. But one of the places I ended up repeatedly was Parkersburg, West Virginia. And I got a lot of grief for that too, because one of my older sisters, she got grief for it. She went to college, and someone found out she was from West Virginia, and they said, "Oh my gosh, you wear shoes."
Man, people are wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And somebody literally asked her if she has a refrigerator on her front porch. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I went over to, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna tell you a little story time. So I went over there, and my first flight over there was on Valentine's Day. I remember that. And I got there, and the whole thing, and I showed up at school, and I thought I looked nice. I mean, my father was he worked for chemical companies in marketing. And when I mean marketing, I mean like head of marketing. Like when he retired, he was head of marketing for North America for a very large chemical company. All right. We were upper middle class, right? And of course I got my clothes at JCPenney's, which was, I mean, it was like $30 a shirt and $30 for pants. And that was a lot, And, but I showed up, and I at the British school, and I looked around, and oh my gosh, there were people treating me like a hick. There were girls there who, I swear to you, to the best of my knowledge, they were literally wearing Chanel and other stuff like that. Okay. So, but I was not used to being treated that way, because I was usually, I was upper middle class. It was fine. But I was dealing with it. And then not 3 weeks after I got there and I started school, the BBC ran a special. They had various, because we watched British television, because that's really what English language stuff you had to watch in Holland. It was BBC or it was a British, and they had gone to America, revealing America. What is America really like? They went to somewhere in West Virginia, and this is broadcast 3 weeks after I get there.
Oh no.
So they talk to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I run this junkyard. This was my daddy's junkyard. This was my granddaddy's. No, it's not. No, it's not a junkyard. This is a salvage yard. This was my daddy's salvage yard. This is my granddaddy's salvage yard. And when I die, it will be my son's salvage yard. But this ain't no junkyard. It's a salvage yard. Had Junior, come over here. I'm Junior, and this here is our salvage yard, and this was my great-great-granddaddy's salvage yard, and okay. And so then they went to the I guess the wife. I didn't see this. I heard about it secondhand, and boy, did I ever. This woman she wasn't taking care of herself. It happens. But it's really a choice to whether or not you're going to wear leopard print spandex pants.
That is a choice. That's a choice.
And we're talking 88, so you can just imagine the hair.
Aquanet.
And
figure the hair, the closer, Jesus, yes.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, that ain't no junkyard, that's a salvage yard. And my Junior will inherit it from, and this whole thing, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And so they go and they find Grandpa, who was retired, and he's like, I hate that damn junkyard. So I walk into school the next day, and when I do a fake British accent, my go-to accent, it's like, oh, you do one of those Americans think everyone thinks it speaks, like the Queen or whatever. No, this is Ambassador's kids, remember? I mean, their friends were going to Eton with, William.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in, and there was one guy in particular turned around, and he just looked at me, he said, that there ain't no junkyard. What? Because they knew I had moved from West Virginia. So 3 weeks. I'm there for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm the only American in the school because I was determined to get the better education, really put myself out there. Nobody wanted me there, but I wanted to be there. And, the company could afford their tuition. So that there ain't no junkyard. So anyway, Lauren Boebert, as Secretary of State of the United States of America. Now, I understand this idea of, I'm not going to sit here and say she's embarrassing, she's uneducated, she is, that's not, because I've been there. I am going to say she is willfully ignorant. She is willfully ignorant. She is willfully hypocritical. She is willfully ignoring the actual. I was Catholic. I was raised Catholic, and I was a Catholic until I was 16. I went to Catholic schools. I went to, don't tell me what Jesus said with your standing there with your flipping automatic weapon and giving automatic weapons to your children for a Christ Mass card. Christ Mass. That's what that word is. Christmas. Christ Mass. Celebrating Christ. So, yeah. All right. So, please keep all that in mind. People would be willing to be like, okay, well, she's a woman, and we haven't had many female secretaries of state, so that would be, give her, and trust me, diplomats know how to be diplomatic, hence the term. They also can be catty beyond belief, and are extreme, they can basically manipulate their way around things. That's kind of their job, to get stuff done for their country. This is decisions. This is a queen of the far right. This is all of the ugliest version of, I think you call it redneckery.
Yes.
She would set us, our national identity back in the world 50 years easily 50 years. Oh, Velray, fellow person who moved a lot. Yep. Okay, so
and Rachel, you are exactly right. There is a difference between being poor and a person with extreme views. Yes.
Yeah. And there is a difference between being ignorant and being willfully ignorant. There's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You can be an ignorant person. There are many things I am ignorant of. There's so much I do not know in life, and I hope I'm learning every day. But I have not heard science facts and and just gone, nope.
I will say in the chat, we're not going to I don't know if I want to say education. That's not really what I want to say. That's not the word that I look for. But life happens, and sometimes people get GEDs, and that's okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to shame her for her education, what she has and hasn't gotten. And I'm proud of her for getting a GED. A lot of people don't. But I will say that my issue with her isn't the formal education she has or has not received. My issue is that she has put herself in a position of authority in lawmaking and whatnot, and refuses to keep herself educated of the issues that she faces and that she represents for people, for our country. So that's my issue. As far as my issue with her education is that she is willfully ignorant of the statutes and the things that she does for her job.
Right. And when you stand up at the, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just going to wrap that up with saying, if you put yourself in that position, then you need to take on the responsibility of, you need to take on the responsibility of keeping yourself abreast of what's going on. So, and if you don't want to take the time to do that, then don't do that job.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right.
Yeah. And Taylor, no. I know you weren't shaming anything. No. And I didn't mean that towards any one person at all. No, at all. I just know that it's easy for people to go, well, they've only got a GED. That's fine. That's what it is.
Well, and I won't name any names, but I can think of one very successful person in life just off the top of my head who didn't go to college. I can think of a couple of different people who didn't go to college.
Right.
But they've spent their whole life trying to learn. They have amazing vocabularies. They will occasionally use words where I'm like, oh, I can't remember exactly. What does that mean? Let me go look that up. Right. Because they have decided that they're not going to be a stereotype. Because the job, the two people I'm thinking of, their jobs are, they're not expected to necessarily be the brightest bulbs.
Right.
But they're not going to fall into that trap. So anyway, there is that. But what I have as Lauren Boebert as that, okay, I think if I just, I gotta find it. Hang on.
Okay. Only once I read a book and I might do it again someday. Well, there you go.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Images. Okay. I just turn the other cheek. What are the things that Jesus taught? Turn the other cheek. If you are struck, turn the other cheek. It was I can't think of things right off the top of my head because I've got too much going on. But all right, keep those kinds of things in mind.
Yes. To be a servant leader. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one that yeah. Follow the golden rule. Judge not. Give in secret. So.
But she is.
Donna says wear good sandals. Sorry.
Pardon?
Wear good sandals. Lessons from Jesus. Wear good sandals. Yeah. Care of your people.
True, Mel. Einstein did some of his best physics working as a patent clerk. Exactly. So, is this you want to talk to me about your religious leader, and you're gonna talk to me about how Christian you are? How you know the true meaning of what Jesus taught?
Who was the biggest pacifist in the history of pacifists?
Right.
But yet you're gonna get out there with your ARs. Yeah.
You're gonna. This isn't hunting. This is not those. Okay. So love your enemies. Yeah, Rob. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from her. So what I've got here is it would be quite a disappointment if she was Secretary of State. Knight of Wands. So she would be pushing her far right agenda. It would go careening. Imagine who the president would be. Talk about policies and careening. And this Four of Ghosts, this is a card of refusal. I mean, this is, here, let me show you. This is very much a card of a diplomatic function. And everybody chit-chatting and her just sitting in the corner, refusing to help out. I mean, it would be a disaster. So I don't think you need me to tell you that, but it would be a disaster. But anyway, yeah. So when she goes overseas, she's going to teach the truth of what Jesus taught, what Jesus believed. Okay, it's okay. So it's wrong from beginning to end and back again. So yeah, we're done here. She's not going. Thank heavens. Oh, okay.
Well, I will have to step away.
I understand.
But you all are absolutely amazing, and I will be back for the creative sprints at 4. So, oh goodness, sorry, we're just having some construction stuff, and it's going to be very distracting. So, I'm going to hop off of here. But you all are amazing, and thank you for having me on for a little bit today.
Thank you. And because next, and then I'll pull up this. Because next we're going to talk about Trump complaining about how he people they aren't allowed to write good books about him. And I'm going to show you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. All right. Thank you, okay. Sarah.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Oh boy. Okay. So afraid you're just stuck with me now. So I've got that. All right. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. All right. So at 30 minutes, let me refresh and make sure I've got the latest timing. Oh, okay. It wasn't. All right. So I'll just put 30 minutes at number 2. Okay. 30. I'll have to go back and fix that first one. Okay. So Donald Trump has said, okay, ready for this? I know, Donald Trump, I'm quoting Donald Trump. I know many people that wanted to write a really good book about me, but their publishers wouldn't let them. By the way, small thing. Have you actually tried kind of doing the hand motions that Donald Trump does when he talks? At what point did you lead with your wrists? I want to talk with my wrists. Why are his hands that small? Seriously, why doesn't he lead with, when he talks with his hands, why is he talking with his wrists? I don't get that. Anyway, I know many people that wanted to write a really good book about me, but the publishers wouldn't let them. They were not interested in any way, shape, or form unless they were willing to say bad things. Some took a pass and some sold out to the enemy, capital E enemy, because he is a capital M moron. This is not German. This is English. You do not capitalize random words. Well, subjects and nouns. No. English. Stop it. Stop it. With your big brain. And stop it. Anyway, there have been pro-Trump books published, although many have been aimed at children, or the ones who have said that, the ones that have said he's literally the second coming of Christ. I kid you not. Not kidding. Not even kidding. Okay, so I thought I'd share. Over on Amazon, there is, where's Amazon on here? It's right here. So why aren't you picking it up? Amazon, there it is. Okay. So over on Amazon, someone's written children's books about Donald. Donald and the fake news. Donald builds the wall. Donald drains the swamp. I kid you not. Let's look inside, shall we? Okay, so yes, you're showing that edition and whatnot. All right. Donald drains the swamp. I think that's supposed to be McConnell, and I think that's Schumer, but I don't know who the red monster with the blonde hair is. Sarah suggested maybe Boris, but no. But anyway, this is supposed to be Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump, who apparently thinks he looks like Jack Reacher. So, yeah. So there's a cave. They call it, people live in caves. They're called cavemen. And then there's a famous caveman named Donald. Look at him. And he loved to build caves. And everyone wanted a cave built by Donald. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. Anyway, so, and they're all like this. They are all like this. We the people as a bludgeon. As a bludgeon. everything became more and more wonderful. They named their new country the Land of the Free, and the people were known as the Free People. And there's Donald Jack Reacher Trump in a very, very stylish one piece. Seriously, that is a lovely bathing suit. And this is the one that gets me. So people heard about a place where you could be free and govern yourself. They couldn't get there fast enough. They came in droves and contributed to the wonderful society being created. One man invented fire. One man invented the wheel. Okay, seriously, what kind of Ayn Rand? Who is John Galt? So these people who wanted to be in Trump world, they invented all the great things of history, and with his bludgeon, we the people bludgeon. Yes, Joyce Matthews, the first grift. Yeah. Holly Fred says, nope, not a cult. Katie Arbuckle says, definitely a cult. Yeah. So Trump is complaining that where was the other? Let me share. There was one other thing, and then I'll get to reading the questions in a more straightforward way. But I did want to share this. This is in Newsweek. Trump says publishers won't let people write a good book about him. And there's something here. I've tried looking up what this is, but I can't figure out what exactly he was filling out there. It doesn't say. So there are pro-Trump titles, including Understanding Trump by Newt Gingrich, which includes a foreword by Trump's son, Eric Trump, who has been trying to understand his father from a distance for a long time. There's Kash Patel's book, which is The Plot Against the King, King Donald and Evil Hillary Clinton, and The Trump Prophecies, the astonishing true story of the man who saw tomorrow and what he says is coming next, and President Trump's pro-Christian accomplishments. It's a blank notebook. And President Donald J. Stump, the Son of Man, the Christ, and Donald J. Trump, the second coming of Christ. Not a cult. Nope, not a cult. Okay. Joan says, sick and twisted and other grifting children. Well, wasn't it DeSantis who ran that ad early in when Trump was president, where he was teaching his daughter, about building the wall? Isabel Moss, the blasphemy. Sharon Ann says, Donald fails kindergarten. Katie Arbuckle says they're trying to rewrite history with fan fiction. B. Smith is saying, makes you review those Revelation texts warning about false prophets. So what's how is Trump going to be viewed in the future? What kind of books are going to be written about him, or whatever form of books begin to take? Five of Pumpkins. Talk about bargain bin, line your bird cage kinds of. No. Just no. It's going to be, nobody's going to be interested. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to want to read this garbage. Nine of Pentacles. They really do think this is going to lead to something. Two of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Star. Knight of Swords. Oh, he's trying to figure out how he can, you know, this is this belief that this kind of fascism is going to be acceptable. It's going to continue on. It's going to be successful. This is where we're going. And he's the star. He is their North Star. He is these MAGA views have coalesced around him. Even though the people who believe it feel very beaten up, and they can constantly whine about the mainstream media and how nobody's willing to listen to them. That's because we don't believe in fascism in this country. And things are going to look a little differently once law enforcement is done with Donald J. Stump. Things are going to look very different. Rob D says, only care as long as the paper they're printed on is soft, strong, and thoroughly absorbent. I love you guys. Lola Bell says they're working on a theme park. Are you kidding? Please tell me you're kidding. Wow. All right. So nobody cares, Trump. Seriously. The future is coming, and he will be reviled. He will be reviled. All right. So all right, so let's move on, and let me get through some questions. Let me run through some questions here that you've given me. 4245. Let's do that. 4245. Oh, also, I want to thank Kathy N. Kathy with the C. Kathy N. Thank you for the nails. They are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 43. A.G. James. New York Attorney General Letitia James is trying to accelerate the timeline of New York's lawsuit against Trump, ensuring it ends up on the docket in 2023. Will she be successful? Let's hope so. Because, you know, that's the thing. Once a lot of this comes out, then we have got to wait. It can be easily be a year before Trump ends up in court, or any of these people end up in court. There's a long lead time before trials like this. So if she's like, no, we're not putting this off to 2024. Mm-mm. Julia Worcester saying, can you imagine the miniseries made about the Trump family in 10 years? Yeah. Oh, Ian, that's a point. Because Judge QAnon didn't gag 45, tonight's going to be a very dangerous speech. We should look at that. It's going to be a dangerous speech. Anyway. Queen of Swords. Well, those are investigations. That's her stepping up to the plate. Bless you. 8 of Wands. That's all the stuff Trump did. There is a lot. Hermit. There's the Sun. There's the 2 of Cups. And Lovers. I wonder if they're in New York State, they're going to try to pull what they did with Judge QAnon. Well, Letitia James, she'll go in front of a particular judge, but they'll go try to find some right-wing idiot who will do Trump's bidding. But there's so much that Trump did, and it's just continuing on. This needs to move along. She has worked on this for a long time, and she's ready to go. I mean, obviously, the defense needs to come up with whatever they're going to do, or the defendant, I should say. That's things moving along, but then this is Trump's side trying to throw some wrenches in the works. Marie Henson says Letitia is the Ace of Swords, as Alina says the cutting through the best card. Only one said, seriously, what void does Trump fill? Fear. There's just some people who are drawn to strong men who want a leader. You know, as cartoonish as in the Avengers movie, as cartoonish as it was, as Loki walking around saying you were born to be ruled, that kind of thing. There are some people who, yeah, they want things to be simple. They want other people making the big decisions, and it's then they cling to that person because to them that's their safety. So they're clinging to Trump because Trump knows all. Trump knows how to file for bankruptcy. How many times? Six times? Yeah. So, Letitia James, two in the middle. And I don't know. Good question, Deborah. What state is Trump's rally in tonight? 5 of Pentacles. Again, out in the cold. Those who are the true believers. This is the 10 of Wands. These two cards came out in the middle. 10 of Wands, which is the burden, and 2 of Wands. It's communication. Also trying to pit people against each other, which is Trump's favorite pastime. And 10 of Pentacles. That's a lot of money. That's the whole family. That's Griftco in its entirety. So yeah, she's going to have some luck moving things along, but they'll just keep throwing wrenches in the works, trying to derail stuff. So yeah. Sheila R says it's in Michigan, right down the street from me. Oh, well, so yes, yay, no. Oh boy. Okay. 4830. 4830. So the current judge assigned to Trump, the Trump New York fraud case, is the same one. Sorry, I got this itch right on the end of my nose, right there. Sorry. The current judge assigned to the Trump New York fraud case is the same one who held Trump in contempt for not adhering to the subpoena. While his lawyers scramble to attempt to find a friendlier judge, is this a sign that Trump's golden goose is cooked? I have said the man is toast. He is a briquette. He is so toast, he is a briquette. So, Sheila R. says, I'm having a rally against his rally. It's because you don't believe in fascism. And you understand that we do not want to be led by the human embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. Okay. I don't know why my nose is itching. So, Trump's things are drying up. His fallback, his being able for someone to step in to save him, he's running out of people who can step in. And what people are willing to step in, they're weaker and less effective. And Wheel of Fortune, the knives have been flying at him because, of course, he's always the victim. Everything is so bad. No one in the history of ever has been treated worse than Trump. The knives are flying, and it's like, well, you forged those knives yourself. As Joyce Vance eloquently puts, everywhere Trump goes, he turns it into a crime scene. Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, Tower. Ghost cooked, or ghost cooked? Goose cooked? Yeah. This is institutions. This is you juggling, unsteady. It's just not falling. Boom, Tower. Wheel of Fortune, Tower. Those are Trump's cards. Held accountable much? As I've said, I mean, wherever you are right now, look around. Do you see the FBI raiding your wherever you are? Is the FBI raiding your home? Has the FBI raided your home? Have any top secret documents? Have you defrauded anybody out of millions of dollars? Yeah. No, I'm got my protein powder and my coffee, and this afternoon I've got to finish some graphics, and yeah. And this is what this is how you want to live your life. Build your home next to the high road, and you will have a good life. It's not going to be an easy life, but it will be a good life. Seriously. Okay, at 5230. Oh, this woman. 5230. Ginni Thomas. Oh, this woman. Ginni Thomas swore in testimony yesterday she never once discussed her attempt to overturn the 2020 election with her husband. She also says there's an ironclad rule in their house that he never discusses any of what's going on at court. How full of it is she? And did the committee or the DOJ buy it? Did they buy it? No. But can they prove it? In her text messages to Meadows, she said she discussed it with her best friend. And that's apparently what she calls, or it's Thomas, she calls him her best friend. But you got to prove it. Sharon Ann says the FBI would find a lot of yarn and 2 senior cats. Yeah. Dave, stay in your comfort zone. I like my life. I'm here with you. And this is fantastic. So, yeah. Yes, Jeffrey, instead of Wile E. Coyote, I vote we call Trump Vile E. Coyote. Yeah, I like it. Ginni Thomas. Hold me accountable. Do you know who my husband is? Julia Worcester saying, how is Thomas still in the court? Because they have no ethical guidelines. All other judges have to abide by certain ethics rules and all that kind of stuff. And no, not the Supreme Court. They just ended up exempt. 4 of Cups. They were trying to talk to her. They were trying to get information, and she's just closed up. She probably wanted a stench on the bench. Marie Henson says, bless her delusional heart. Sheila R says, come on over, Autumn. To what? Dave says, you look calm and happy. That's great. Oh, thank you. My nose is not calm or happy. I do not know why my nose is suddenly itching really badly. I took my antihistamine this morning. Very strange. Anyway, world card. The world as she's known it is going to change. 10 of Wands, so burden of the star. The star can often be hope, but this doesn't feel like hope. This is the rarefied air of stardom. Quite the burden. It doesn't feel like she's completely off the hook here. Kelly says, wasn't Clarence the only one to vote against investigating January 6 information? Yeah. Information that included stuff about his own wife. 4 of Wands. Like-minded Trumpites. Trumpites. They're like termites for democracy. Queen of Cups, Tower, 10 of Swords. I don't know what they could hold Ginni Thomas accountable for, but these cards are terrible for her. This isn't in the past. This isn't, we went through it on January 6th. She's getting terrible cards. So I hope so. Sheila R says you can go with me to protest his rally. Unfortunately, I'm in Chicago, so. But, ugh. William is saying she's going to pay for what she did. They know more than she thinks. Well, that's definite. Julie's asking maybe Thomas will divorce her. I wouldn't think so. They're both. Lovers. Tower, Ace of Swords, 7 of Swords, Theft. No, he's in this with her. Tower, the sword of actual truth against a thief. Her cards are terrible. So, Aspie Third Eye, Ginny and Clarence are 2 hogs in slop. You're absolutely right. Sharon Ann says I can charge her with conspiracy. Well, these cards for her are awful. So I hope she gets exactly what she deserves. I hope this goes. I hope that if there is evidence of a crime, I hope that she ends up in court. If the evidence is good, I hope she is convicted. That is all I want. That's it. So, all right, 5830. Phil Ray had a question. The DOJ asked the appeals court to expedite the appeal. DOJ to expedite the appeal. The DOJ is citing to serve the interest of justice. Will the DOJ prevail? Well, what case? There are so many cases. Is it January 6th? Is it the classified documents? Is it the, oh my gosh, there's so much. DOJ asks the appeals court to expedite the appeal. I think this is about the classified documents case. I'm going to assume this is a classified documents case, because I think I heard something about that. Sharon Ann is saying the DOJ appealed the Cannon ruling. The loose Cannon ruling that the special master has been restricted. Okay. Appeals case, says Valerie. Thank you. 11th Circuit classified document case. Thank you. 10 of Cups. There's so many cases. There's so much. Sun. Empress, 6 of Cups, Temperance, Moon. Well, howling at the moon, if DOJ is asking to hurry up on the appeal, if it doesn't happen, the DOJ isn't going to howl at the moon. They won't be happy, but they're just not going to do that. It's Trump's side that howls at the moon. How dare you get, the drama kings and drama queens. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you. And happy October. Makes a big difference. Thank you. So this is Judge QAnon here, loose cannon, who thinks she's all that, the Empress. Behind her is all the right-wing garbage that she believes in. This is people around a court building, they're doing what they should be doing and doing things by the book and step by step. And then the appeals court, I've got Temperance, which causes an just big noisy uproar. So what it feels like is the more of the judicial system you get involved with this Trump stuff, the worse it goes for Trump. Page of Wands, the messenger. The person holding the papers, the messages, Ace of Swords, insult to injury, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, disappointment. It feels like much of a muchness. I'm not. I think a lot of this is we're just kind of playing. We're just kind of we're waiting for the bigger things, and I think to some extent we're just kind of sitting here because a lot of these delay tactics, it's all it is. It's just delay tactics, and it doesn't ultimately matter that much. It just can be demoralizing because it puts off justice. So, oh yes, oh gosh, Vel Ray. Let's look at this question because oh my gosh, have you seen the message from Trump? Oh my goodness gracious. Is it here? No, that's not it. Where's the link? You've got to see this. Hang on. It's right up here. Come on. There it is. Chris Hayes tweeted about this. And let me share this because you're not going to believe it. Share screen, window. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this. Sarah sent this to me. Is McConnell, so this is from Trump, is McConnell approving all of these trillions of dollars worth of Democrat-sponsored bills without even the slightest bit of negotiation because he hates Donald J. Trump and he knows I'm strongly opposed to them? Or is he doing it because he believes in the fake and highly destructive Green New Deal and is willing to take the country down with him? In any event, either reason is unacceptable. He has a death wish. Must immediately seek help and advise from his China-loving wife. I'm not going to repeat that because I don't know. If it was anybody else that'd say, okay, please tell me that she's just she just wears a lot of Chanel. So So, but yeah, I'm guessing that last thing is racist garbage. My understanding isn't Elaine Chao from Taiwan? And it's CHOW is not how you spell it, CHAO. And reset this. She was born in Taiwan. And let me promise you that someone born in Taiwan is not likely to be a huge fan of China. But Trump was saying McConnell must have a all caps death wish. Callie J, thank you. Thank you. Frida Smith says Autumn sitting under the witch's hat. Oh, was I over here? Oh my gosh. So Trump launched an attack on McConnell last night. Is Trump signaling his followers to threaten McConnell? Will Trump be held accountable? Okay, 3 cards on each. Is Trump painting a target on McConnell? And will Trump be held accountable for this kind of garbage? Let's see here. 7 of Cups. So it's the chaff and garbage and delusion, foggy garbage that spews forth from Trump. Page of Cups, 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Luckily, it doesn't feel like anything bad's going to happen from this. That's what this feels like. There are definitely some people out there who are not listening to reason. There are some people who are not balanced, who are unbalanced. But there are always some lone crazies. I'm not saying it should be minimized. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying there are always some lone crazies. And that's what there are some out there. But I don't know that this is going to be any worse than normal. It doesn't feel like it's going to be any worse than normal. That's what I should have said in the first place. Will Trump be held accountable for inciting violence? 5 of Pentacles, Temperance, 2 of Cups. The more he rants and raves, the less people listen. The more he's crazy, the craziest of his MAGA followers are out in the cold. We want temperance. We want to get on with our lives. We want decency. We want to live in this thing called civilization. Civilization's cool. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Life. Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, McConnell's not in any more danger than he is normally, and I wish none of them were in danger. But McConnell, you knew he was a snake before you let him in. You made a deal with that devil. You don't deserve to die over it. But you made a deal with that devil. So, oh gosh, no. Oh, I hadn't seen this. Oh, hurl. Okay. The love letters between Trump and Kim Jong Un. Oh, yuck. Yuck. I hope have you eaten? Have you not eaten? Do you have any mint? 110. We have quotes from the letter. I hope your stomach is trying to soothe your stomach. Sharon Ann says the letters read more like a Tinder date. Julia says, I mailed Donald a coloring book a few years ago. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was in one of the boxes at Mar-a-Lago? Well, he has to entertain himself somehow. And you know he doesn't read. Anyway. 1:10:30. All right. Aspie Third Eye says, I just ate, but throw it out there. Yeah, let's not focus on throw, because this is okay. Some of the love letters from Kim Jong Un. Thank you, Kathy Delisle. Thank you. Happy October, dear lady of the cards. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, I can't put it off any longer. Some of the love letters from Kim Jong Un to Trump that were seized from Mar-a-Lago have been published. They show a frighteningly strong accord between the two megalomaniacs before things seemingly fell apart after a year and a half. Worst romance novel ever. There's just one quote here. I am ready to work with your excellency with all my heart and devotion to accomplish a feat no one has ever accomplished. Is that okay? Ugh. Is that, did Trump write? It doesn't say which one of them wrote that. Ew. Stars and Stripes, Asia Pacific. Close that so I can share. Lucky you. Beautiful letters reveal Trump-Kim friendship that sidelined South Korea's president. Over 24 letters exchanged between Trump and Jong-un, Kim. You can't see this good. 27 letters dated between 28 and 2019. And Kim said in a letter dated 2 months before he met with Trump, okay, I'm ready to work with your excellency with all my heart and devotion. Okay. I'm hoping on the megalomaniac Kim Jong-un side that some of this is like an issue of translation. Let's hope. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Kim wrote, I extend my warmest regards for your excellency's birthday. Okay. Kim went on to say he was offended by the paranoid war exercises between the U.S. and South Korean troops. Okay, so this is all from surprise. This sounds like it's all from North Korean leaders' perspective. What craziness did Trump say? Or does he just sit there and expect Trump's just soaking in the, he's a bottomless pit of need. All these quotes are from they're not from Trump. The only thing here is thank you for keeping your promise to start the repatriation process of our soldiers. I look forward to seeing you soon. So, surprise. Them they fell in love. Apparently them falling in love is Kim was willing to kiss his rear end. Janelle says Kim would have Trump's letters. True, but there would be copies. I don't know. But thank you for pointing that out, Janelle. Yes, suburban housewife. Donald is a weak leader, easily played by flattery. Ugh. What was that all about? Chariot. Trump didn't care about Kim. He wanted a Nobel Peace Prize. Literally, he wanted the prize. He wanted to be. Yes, he's getting lots of flattery and what have you, but he wanted the big prize that he could say, "I'm better than you," because yeah, that's what the Nobel Peace Prize is about. Flaunting it over other people. What shade of lipstick? I'll tell you in a minute. Judgment, bad judgment. 9 of Pentacles. Oh yes, both of them extremely rich from ill-gotten gains. And both of them emotionally stunted. Page of Cups. Other than that, it feels like that was then, and it is gone. Ugh. Yuck. All right, so I do want to make sure I cover this one other question at 1:16:45, because this poor woman, and I very much believe her. My opinion, E. Jean Carroll is very much telling the truth. Trump is finally scheduled to give a deposition in the E. Jean Carroll case on October 19th. How will that go? Besides him lying through there's things in his mouth I try not to think about. Janelle says, I think she has DNA evidence. I think so too. So the deposition's coming up. Hey, Donald. For verily, he is the scum of the earth. Deposition in the case. I am enjoying how his schedule is just starting to get packed in more with more and more depositions, legal, lawyers to find, lawyers to pay. It's creeping to just take over his life. And you know how many court cases I'm involved with right now? 0. How many court cases is he involved in? Oh, where to start? Fool. Yeah, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. He likes to. He's always just done this. He has this sick idea of what's macho and manly. Sounds like somebody's got something to prove. I've been fortunate enough. I haven't had a lot of. I tend to be in long-term relationships when I'm in relationships, and I haven't been in that many. But yeah, I'd say it's hard to even think of one where the man I was with was trying to prove his manhood at any point. Pretty much, it was just nothing to fear. Not afraid. Content. If there was something where he had to put something on that would look feminine, he'd be like, okay. Doesn't care. Unlike this idiot Empress. Oh, I love this. I love that she comes up as the Empress. he's just vile in this deck. This is pitting people against each other, liking violence, liking grossness. Ace of Cups feels disgusting. This is the Hermit. This is also the Scientist. This is physical. This could be the physical evidence in what this is doing to Trump's side of the case, because we have the Empress here, and that's her. Bless. It's not going to go well for him. Good. Okay. Oh, good luck out there, Marie. All right. This lipstick is by Color Sensational Maybelline. Yeah. It is 880 Electric Orange. So that's what I'm wearing right now. And then I label stuff so they can sit in order because I'm me. All right. Well, thank you for going through that with me. I'm so blessed that you are with me when I go through all these horrible stories in the news and this terrible energy, and then you're here to help me. Thank you. Thank you. All right, it is 1:40 p.m. here in Chicago. Whew. At 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel to do Creative Sprints. You're always welcome to join in. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. Same boo-boo time, same boo-boo channel. Little snoozy kitty. All right. So hang in there. You are not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. All right. Happy October, everybody. I finished up the covers. I was really late finishing up the covers for this month. And enjoy the couple of weeks. The first couple of weeks are going to be these really cute, really relaxing covers. I think very sweet, because the second half of the month, it's all vintage Halloween images, and oh my gosh, they're crazy. Old vintage Halloween stuff was the stuff of nightmares. It's not horror, but wow. But anyway, there's some fun stuff coming in the second half of the month for the covers. But anyway, we'll get there. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you here tomorrow.